All right, we're going to continue with lesson of equivalent fractions with and decimals with tenths and hundredths. And in this case, for number 5, we want to write it as tenths in fraction and decimal form. Right now it's 40 hundredths. So if I divide 40 hundredths, or I write it only in the tenths place, means I don't need the 0. So technically I have 4 tenths as a decimal or 4 tenths as a fraction. 81 hundredths means I'm going to divide my numerator and my denominator both by 10. And I come up with 8 tenths as a fraction or 8 tenths as a decimal. And the same thing for 21 hundredths. Divide my numerator and denominator by 10. 20 divided by 10 is 2. 100 divided by 10 is 10, so 2 tenths, or as a decimal with a 2 in the tenths place. Now let's look at lesson 9.4, relating money with decimals. Think of dollars as ones, dimes as tenths, and pennies as hundredths. If you have $1, 5 dimes, and 6 pennies, you have $1.56. If I have 1 and 56 hundredths is how I would write it in place value. So what ways could we make bills and coins or fraction for each part? I'm going to start here. If I have 3 cents, then I have 3 pennies. And if I write that as a fraction or a mixed number, I have 3 hundredths. In this case, I have 25 cents, or 25 out of 100, or reduced to 1/4. That could be 1/4. Or as a decimal, 25 hundredths. 2 quarters and 1 dime is 60 hundredths. It can be written in money amount as 60 cents. And as a decimal amount, it could be written 2 ways. It could be written as 6 tenths or 60 hundredths. If I have 2 $1 bills and 5 nickels, that is $1 and another dollar, so that's $2, and 5 nickels is 25 cents. So I have 2 wholes and 25 100ths, or 2 wholes and 1/4. And as a decimal, it would be written as 2 and 25 hundredths. So today you'll be working with writing the amount of money as decimals in terms of dollars. If I have 5 pennies, that's 5 out of 100. Therefore, I have 5 hundredths of a dollar. Or I can write the money amount as a fraction or mixed number and as a decimal in terms of dollars. So right now I have 3 quarters, which is 75 cents, 85 cents, 95 cents, $1.05, $1.06, 7, 8, 9. So I have $1.09 as a form of money. I have 1 and 9 hundredths as a form of a fraction, and I have 1 and 9 hundredths as a form of a decimal. For number 3, I have 25, 35, 45, 50, 55, 60. I have 60 cents. So I write it in terms of money, in terms of a fraction, 60 out of 100, and in terms of a decimal, 60 hundredths. And that is how you write money in terms of a fraction or a decimal or in decimal for dollars, and relating it to the hundredths place.